Xin Ciao and welcome for today's episode of the unboxing of the VFC/Cybergun, because they have the license for the Colt, and the grenade launcher is named XM148. It's a weird name, but it's because it's an experimental grenade launcher from the Vietnam War. Very cool thing. And here today I have Jim, my friend. We're going to do the unboxing together because twice is double the fun, or
something like that.
Something like that. Can you bring me the XM148 40mm grenade launcher?
Yeah, 40mm. Here you go, buddy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Close. This is what it was supposed to replace. This is the M79 cut down like the Lurps used to have it, with long front and short
I
back.
wasn't listening.
Yeah. It's supposed to be under the barrel.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
right
under the M16.
Here we go, dude.
Oh yeah, close. This is what came after the XM148. This is the M203 grenade launcher. Yeah, came in '69. Very cool.
All right.
But
cool.
I think it's in a box, in a blue box with a giant Colt logo.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Is this the one?
Yes, this is the one. Wow, beautiful. Big Colt logo, and here we have the Cybergun logo because they have the licensing for Colt. And if I understood it right, this is only licensed in Asia currently. Yep. They couldn't get the Colt license elsewhere, so if you want one, you need to import it yourself. You can go on airsoftdb.com, for example, and check worldwide where it's in stock. But I know, for example, Swiss Airsoft used to have a few in stock, and I still think do, and also the VFC XM177E2. Goddamn, those experimental names are hard to say. Core 15 was the known name in the field. But yeah, let's get right to it. Let's do some unboxing. That's why we are here. I've been very excited for this all week. It's been hard not to open it up. But yeah, here we have it. Manual. Let's take a close look at that shortly. And here we have the launcher itself. Ooh. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow, this
Look
is
at that.
Beautiful crafted. VFC has always been so very into the details. Very realistic. Wow. Yeah, you wanna feel it?
Oh yeah, sure. Oh yeah, there you go. All metal.
Yeah. It's in CNC machined aluminium, just like the real one, which is very cool, both the barrel and the body itself and such. So yeah, very cool. So let's see what's more in the box. We have the rear sight. Let's open it up. You're strong, Jim.
Oh, thank you. You think?
Yeah. Oh, I have a tool. Wait. Classic machete. I think we used this for unboxing before and it didn't end well. An unreleased episode. There was a guy with it in that episode. He cut his eye out and his arm off.
Yeah, luckily it has
Had to cancel the episode.
Oh, there we go.
Wow. So I think this sight goes onto here. Gonna take a closer look on it shortly. Let's see what's more in the box. These early ones I've heard are released also with the handguard for the M16. It's a metal handguard. Yeah, here we have it. And also the extra metal piece to put in here.
Yeah, spacer.
Spacer, yeah. So it sits tight.
Goes right in there.
But yeah, here we have the metal handguard for the M16.
Cool.
Yeah, very well crafted. I think this is steel by the feel of it, like the real one as well. So now we have unboxed most of the items. Let's take a...
This is very close to the original.
Yeah. Yeah, you and me have a set of the original. Gonna take a look on it shortly and compare it with the real deal. Yeah. So here's the content with the manual. Safety precautions. I'm no nerd.
Oh, I need that.
Yeah, Colt, licensed trademark of the new Colt Holding Corporation Cybergun.
If you look at the text here, I know exactly what to avoid now.
Yeah, great. You could almost think this is made for the Asian market.
Yeah. How about that?
Yes. So let's mount it up on an M16, shall we?
All right.
For that we need a flathead screwdriver. And we need a M16, of course. This is my own custom M16A1. It's a real Colt vintage M16A1 I converted to GBBR. The upper for my local laws here in Sweden, the upper is Vipertech and the bolt carrier and bolt is Vipertech and the outer barrel is Vipertech. But everything else is the real deal, which is pretty cool. I have a separate video on that on my channel if you want to check it out more in detail. I thought this would be a good piece to try this experimental grenade launcher on. So yeah, let's start with removing the handguards. I need to brag, these handguards I got on my last trip to Vietnam 6 months ago. Very nice old fiberglass Bakelite. I had some before also, but always cool when you have parts from Vietnam. But I'm gonna put those aside. Take the magazine out.
You're almost as good as mine.
Yeah, almost. Okay, so to get this mounted, we need to remove this top thing with screws here. So, to get some up-close videos, Jim is gonna take some footage with my phone here. But yeah, here we have the flathead screws. So I'm gonna remove them. And these, as you can see, have very, very small holes in them. I think that's because you can take some steel wire and secure them later. So they won't pop off. Yeah, there we have it. And something I really need to do is to remove this sticker. Damn, I hate these stickers. Some people leave them on even afterwards. I have never understand that.
No, me neither.
If you're one of them, please comment in this comment section so I can ban you and block you. No, I just don't get it. Is it because your local laws, or are you lazy? Are you tasteless? This takes forever.
Do it later.
I will do it later. Let's mount it on the M16. So here we have some small holes, and here we have a little notch or cylinder, a little bit. You take it over here, and you put it somewhere in there. Yeah.
Yep.
And we have it attached here in the front, and we need this little spacer. And here we have this little thing here. Maybe I should read the manual. Okay, so I'm gonna try it without this. I'm not sure if this is maybe meant for the XM147E2. I'm gonna try it without it on M16A1. It's a little bit play, but I think that will work for the video, and I'll have to figure it out later. I'm sure you can also do your own combination, add some electrical tape there, some small plastic from a pet or whatever. I will most likely just 3D print the adapter later and release it on my page. It's a little bit play, but as you can see, it does not look like it's enough room to have that spacer there, so maybe it's not meant to. And as far as I know, I think this is the correct dimension. This is a Vipertech, the real front side fits and everything. But let's continue with it like this for the video. So yeah, now we have the launcher attached to the gun. And here we have the VFC handguard. Super beautiful. But I do have the real one. So I will mount the real one on my gun. Let's take a look here. We saw the VFC box here earlier. But here's something else. I think you will like. Some of you hardcore super nerds of this grenade launcher will see what this is. This is a reproduction of the original XM148 shipping box that they used back in 1966. This is exactly how it would look, and this is for the grenade sight. Very nicely made. And here we have clamp heat shield. I'm not sure what this is up here. Here we have the real handguard. This is a nice box. It's not released. It's a very special thing. I'm not sure which company will release this in the future, if they will. I got this as a gift from someone. Special, secret stuff, so I can't tell. But I had a real handguard. I had it for a year or something. Been hunting one for a very long time, so that's why I'm happy VFC released the gun. I was about to CAD and print one myself because I couldn't wait, so I'm very excited I made a full metal one. But I put the real Colt handguard in reproduction papers, and this is what it would look like back in the day. Yeah, let's open it up. I'm gonna be careful with the paper. Here's the real one. I can't tell any difference from them. They look extremely similar.
Yeah.
The only thing I noticed is that the which one is which now? the VFC, it's slightly more of a brown tone if you look carefully, and this is slightly more a dark black tone. Other than that, extremely.
I think this is the VFC and this is the real one.
No, this is the real one.
Are you sure? I can't tell.
But yeah, very, very similar, so they did a great job replicating it. But for now, I'm so excited to mount my real one. I had to chase very hard to get one, so I'm very happy. And Jim also has one in his collection currently. Yeah. So yeah, big day. Let's mount it. And yeah, to mount it on the gun, you take the front of the handguard. You can see it's a bigger opening here. Take it here, and so that it flows through. And then make sure you squeeze the front. And here on the back, here we have the slip ring. This is not a delta ring. Delta rings are tapered, and this slip ring is more flat. That's the difference. Yeah, here we have it. Wow, this really feels great. They did a great job replicating this. And as it's aluminium, it's very well balanced. It's not that heavy as you might think with it on. Yeah, you want to try it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, this feels really nice.
Yeah.
Excellent quality.
Yeah, and here we have the really nice markings.
Mm-hmm.
Launcher grenade 40mm XM148. And on the other side we have the beautiful sticker. No, we have the Colt logo, Colt's Firearms, Hartford. What's that? Connecticut, yeah. And here we have a little acceptance stamp, DOD or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. I kind of forgot.
Yeah.
Some of the M16s used to have it on the magwells. As well, so very cool that they actually did it. Looks like an actual stamp they made. So bonus points for that. Yeah, all little details, all the markings. The finish is dark gray. Yeah, very cool. So let's take a closer look on the actions. Here we have the breech. You press this and then you can tilt it down and you open it.
Yeah. And then you load your boom.
Yeah.
Your boom.
Load it in here. And close it.
And close it.
This is a dummy round, so it doesn't fit all the way. So let's try it with a tag round. Yeah, it fits. So now we can shoot explosives. It's legal in your country. It's very effective when you do reenactments and even Vietnam milsims, for example, when you more reenact with airsoft as a tool, as we do here in Sweden, for example. So yeah, very excited for that. And let's check the actions. Let's start here. Here we have safe. for safe, fire for fun. No, fire. And when you have it here, on the real one, you press here to cock the mechanism. But as this is an airsoft one, the function is slightly different. You press the pin of the airsoft gas grenade and it will release. So it's still cool they have it, but on the real one you have to press it really hard to cock it. And then to fire it, you press here. But you can also just press it directly with your thumb, as some people didn't feel as well. Yeah, which sounds more efficient. If you have just loaded it and you hold here, you can just press it and it will go off. Slow and non-tactical equipment. Very cool. Yeah, there we have it. I have made some 3D printed of these that you can download on my Patreon. They are slightly too big in the front. In the future will look into to update these so you can do reloads and such with your replicas, because these are currently now just fillers for the mags. That was my point. I forgot to test it in the gun, so I will do a small update later for you, for those of you who are Patreon supporters. Something that I've noticed sometimes that is that this will not open. It's this sling swivel. You need to punch this out and remove it. This is what people did in the field as well. Here we have also a sling swivel, which is very nice. But what most people did is that they removed it also, and they took the sling through here. Just a regular canvas Garand sling or whatever through here. And some even took a carabiner around here, which I think is, looks pretty badass. Probably gonna replicate that later. But we haven't tried this very practical iron sights yet. So let's try it out. It looks like it's
very high speed, low drag, tactical, super sight.
Yeah, hollow sight. Spring pressured. I'm just guessing here. Slide it off. And yeah, there you have it. Yeah, you press this and you can... Here we have your sights and you can adjust it. When you aim, you can adjust it to where you need it. But this was also a thing that got snagged in the jungles as well, so many people didn't use it, they removed it, and they just learned to how to get a feel of how to aim anyway. So I will probably not use it, but I think it's super cool that VFC included it. The detail level is super high, so yeah, very cool this far. And if you take a look here, you can adjust it just like the real thing. They did a stunning job with that. And also here in the front you can adjust it. Or is it here? Yeah, here on the bottom. You can adjust it. I think this is maybe for wind and
yeah,
such.
for wind.
So yeah, extremely well made. For airsoft replicas in general, I think they used very good materials. This does not look cheap casted that other manufacturers do. This feels and looks very good.
The XM148 was a Vietnam War experimental grenade launcher developed in 1964 as a need to replace the M79 by having a launcher attached to a rifle instead. What they came up with in only 47 days was the first draft of the XM148, or CGL4, which it was called early on, and that stands for Colt Grenade Launcher, and 4 as in 40mm. Even though it was a test experimental model, they still shipped 27,000 of them to the war in Vietnam between 1966 and to 1967.
And after that it was declared unfit for service, and by 1968 the M203 was started, and by 1969 it was shipped out to the war and replaced the XM148. The M203 might be superior with its much more easy functions. It's still a modern thing you can see in today's combat, but the XM148 is packed with peak Gun Jesus swag and is a beautiful piece of experimental equipment of the Vietnam War. So, does the XM148 fit on the Car 15s or XM177s? There is the E1 model and the E2 model, so does it fit on them? Let's check it. You have a E1, yeah, and I have an E2. Both are custom made on the Systema PTW platform.
Yep.
Yours is made with some real parts.
Yes.
And mine is made majority of the real parts, just a few replica parts due to the laws, real lower and such, for example. And one thing that differs these, and why we're going to take a look on them, one is the stock on the E1. It was anodized dark gray. On the E2 they updated with a vinyl coating, so it wouldn't, I think, oxidate in the salt water and such. Yeah, and one issue with the E1, if you hold it like this, one issue with the E1, the barrel is shorter and the barrel is longer on the E2, and they made the barrel longer on the E2 because they wanted to mount grenade launchers on it. And as the barrel is too short, you can't mount it, it won't fit. So we will mount it on the E2. So to mount it on the E2, we need to remove the lower handguard, and then we take it similar like we did with the M16 from below, like so. Squeeze it in. But if we take a look here, you can see the spacer is slightly too long for mine. So what we need to do is to remove that little screw and just push it back. What I'm going to do later is probably just to cut it down smaller, because you can see the launcher itself, suppose looks like it fits. Now remove the little screw and we will try and mount it again. I gotta admit, I'm not sure which way this little grenade ring should be, if it is supposed to be front or back. This is how I will do it for this video. I feel like I'm an expert for the moment I do one build, but then like 1 week after, everything is gone in my head and I have to relearn it. So that's why I forget which way. But this should fit now. And yeah, what I did now, I added a little spacer. And for the E2 was no problem, popped right on. And here we have the top clamp. Yeah, here we have it. It looks great. And this was popular with the Navy SEALs and MacVSOG, for example. There's a picture of them having it in use. Yeah, this is very cool. Can't wait to get some use of this. As this my Car 15 is currently a work in progress. Some of you might notice I haven't have a floor plate on it yet and such. But soon, I think for this spring, it's gonna be ready, and can't wait to shoot some tag rounds with this.
I hope you get yours ready, because mine works just fine. But I can't attach a grenade launcher to mine because I have the E1.
Yeah, it's the E1.
But
yeah, grenade launcher. I can be on the field and only shoot grenades, and you can be on the field and only shoot the 6mm BBs.
Yep.
Yeah, like a team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been working many years on this, but soon it's gonna be ready. So, as I mentioned earlier, these metal handguards, as I heard, these are only limited to the first ones being sold now. So if you're watching this, maybe in the future, a year from now, who knows, you can't get these. There are also pictures with the regular M16 triangular handguards. But to get this to fit, you need to mod it and cut it open. And what I'm using now, these are real handguards also, but they are in a very rough shape. You can see it's missing a bit here and it's cracked here. So I took these to mod them. And you can see this with RVN, for example. You can even see it with the Hell E4A silencer. MacVSOG with Jim Boland, there's a picture of him holding this combination. I think it looks very cool as well. So if you're left out and can't find a handguard, this is also a very cool setup, depending on what impression you're doing, of course. But I'm going to open the handguards up and show how I modded them. And I did this just before, and I always say I'm not gonna mod anything or yeah, create things in the unboxing video, but I failed this time also. It's only an unboxing video. I'm not gonna mod anything. I'm not gonna build anything in this video, I promise. But I did it to show you and give you some inspiration and examples. Here we have the triangular handguards, and as I said, these are very beat up and cracked, so I thought it was okay to cut them up. So to get it to fit, you need to cut in the bottom here, as you can see. It is so this underline, so it can fit with this bulking out here and this here. Give you an example. Here's an unmodded one and here's the modded. And here you can see about how much you need to cut out. I did this slightly rough, but it's how I expect it to be done in the field as well. And yeah, here's with the other modded handguard. It's slightly different on this side, and that is due to the rear sight mount. It's hard to give the exact dimensions, but what I did, I just took it like this, and I took a little pen and marked out roughly where I had to remove the material, and measured the width here, and just started modding until it fit. But yeah, hope that's enough information for you. And a cool feature how to do it. What do you think, Jim?
Excellent. But you promised you wouldn't do any modifications this time.
But you promised.
You promised.
So, some of you who follow Sweet Airsoft on Instagram saw they made a post about someone having the M16 with the XM148 and a starlight scope. And I told them to hold my beer. I also have the Hell E4A
Silencer.
silencer. I upped the game. All the attachment of the Vietnam War. 3 sights, iron sights here for the right eye. On the left eye, night vision. And here we have the grenade sights.
Is it heavy?
It's so heavy.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I think it's as heavy as my Inokatsu M60, which is full steel and 11 kilos. Unlike the A and K model, that's only 7 kilos. Lightweight.
Oh yeah, that's how you do it.
This combination was never used. I just want to tell you that with all of them. But you could see the grenade launcher with the night vision scope for base defense and such. No one would lug this around in the field.
No one.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Not even Arnold.
Yeah. So yeah. That's all for this episode. If you saw my grenade vests and are more into that, I have a separate video with 40mm carrying systems of the Vietnam War, full video to learn and how to spot the post-war vest with arrow ones, which is a very common thing. If you need 40mm dummy rounds, I have them on my Patreon, so everyone who are on the $5 tier can download them with plenty of other files I release now and then. Don't forget to check out the Instagram and Facebook page, YouTube as you're already watching, all named Real Fake Guns. And yeah, I think that's about it. Tambiet, goodbye, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Stay safe, have fun. See ya.